did want to do something to kind of get you ready for tomorrow, since we're also preparing ourselves to eat a lot of food, right? Oh yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yes.
It's such a fun time. But what we are going to do today is we're actually going to be thinking about Thanksgiving in a different kind of way. We're going to be taking on a different perspective of Thanksgiving. Does anybody know what perspective means? Killian, what do you think?
Like a different way of seeing it?
That was a perfect way of defining that. A different way of seeing something that you usually look at or view. Very good. All right, so, if we're thinking about perspectives and we see this funky picture of a turkey up here, what do we think? What do you think that turkey would say if it could talk? Wyoma?
Oh shoot, tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, why do you think that? How do you think it's feeling?
Scared.
Scared, that's a good one. Jacob, what do you think?
Like, the turkey's probably saying like, how does Thanksgiving get you so fast? I better hide because the thunders are coming.
Oh yeah.
Nervous.
Nervous, that's a good feeling. Anybody else? Those were really good ones. I definitely think that Thanksgiving turkey is feeling a little nervous for Thanksgiving. Why would he feel nervous? Bailey?
Because he's gonna get eaten.
Oh no, he's gonna get eaten. What about that one? What do we think? Paxton?
Oh no, I'm gonna get eaten.
You think he's gonna get eaten too? What feeling do you think he's having right now?
Scared.
Scared? Okay, I like it. June, what do you think?
I think he's angry because he's gonna be eaten.
What do you think that angry piece of pie would be saying right now?
I don't want to be eaten.
Yeah?
Don't
Okay.
you?
Anybody else have any ideas? How do you think that piece of pumpkin pie feels about other desserts? What do you think about that? Jacob?
Well, at least I'm not getting eaten.
Oh, you think he's confident, huh?
Because he's not going to get eaten.
Okay.
Much.
Well, it looks like there might be a bite already getting ready to get taken out of him, huh? I like it. All right, so that's kind of where our mind is going to be. It's going to be a different perspective, but it's going to be a weird perspective because we don't see turkeys talking and we don't hear our desserts whispering things to us. Although sometimes I really do think that they're calling my name and it's like, I swear I hear it sometimes. Yeah. Or maybe I'm just really hungry and want a piece of that delicious pumpkin pie. All right, so today's goal, like I said, we are going to be writing from a character's point of view, character that we're going to come up with. We're going to also make sure that we're using details in our writing, like always, because we're fourth grade writers. We know how to use some details. And we're also going to be using tone. Does anybody remember what tone means? Paxton, what do you think? The tone you talk with your voice, how you say something. I like it. Anybody else have any comments about how they feel about tone? June?
The tone of your mood.
It has something to do with your mood. I like where we're going, so you've got the right idea. And we're also going to have to make sure that we match our tone, our mood, how we say things to the role and audience that we're going to be talking to in that perspective. And of course, while we do that, we want to make sure that we're thinking about how our characters think and feel, just like that turkey and pumpkin pie. All right, so today, how we are going to do that is we will be choosing our own character role. I have an organizer for you to fill out, so it's kind of easier to keep track of all of our details in our mind, because sometimes it gets really crazy when we're really excited. We are going to be writing a paragraph as our character, a cute little story, and then we're going to share some of that with each other and with me, because I can't wait to see all of the awesome creative things that you guys come up that you're doing, like a letter, a speech, a diary entry, or maybe it is just
What's an ETC?
it is short for etc., which means the list goes on and on and on, because there's all kinds of things that you guys can come up with how you want to write for me. So here is my example that I came up with. So I have my 4 things that I chose. I chose the role of a turkey. I chose the audience that I'm going to write to the farmer. And my format is I'm going to write a letter to that farmer. And I'm going to talk about why he should not eat me for Thanksgiving. All right? So I am being very persuasive. What does that mean? Persuasive. That means I'm trying to talk him into something. I'm going to try to talk him out of eating me for Thanksgiving. All right? So what I started with here is I said, Dear Farmer Joe, Thanksgiving is coming soon, and I have something important to say. As one of your turkeys, I think you should choose something else for the feast because, what are some ideas that I could come up with to write to Farmer Joe on why he shouldn't eat me for Thanksgiving? What could I put here? Bailey, what do you think?
Because he's dry and wrinkly.
Oh, because he's dry. I'm all dry and wrinkly. I like it. I like where you're going with that. Jacob, what's another thing I could say?
And not juicy.
And yeah, because I'm dry and wrinkly and you do not want to eat me. I'm not a juicy turkey at all. Paxton? Yeah, I've been playing in the mud all day. I'm dirty. I'm an old turkey. You don't want to eat me. What do you think, Tegan?
I'm small.
I'm a small, old, dirty turkey. Why would you want to eat me? I like it. So that's kind of what we're working with, okay? And maybe I could even say that they could choose something else because maybe the chicken over there, he's really muscular. That's a muscular chicken. He looks like he would be a really good turkey or a dinner for Thanksgiving instead of this turkey.
What about beef stew?
Beef stew sounds way better than chicken. I love it. Okay, you can go any type of direction because this is all your creative minds and how you want to see. We could have gone so many different directions, and that's where we led to, okay? Yeah. What you got? What? They could eat shrimp or pie, is that what you said? Shepherd's pie. That's a good one. I actually haven't had a shepherd's pie in a long time. My grandma used to make that.
I got one.
What you got, June?
What about lamb?
Lamb? I've never had lamb, but I have had duck for Thanksgiving.
Bacon.
I only had it once, but I did try it. All right, guys, so what we are going to do next is we are actually going to choose our role, our audience, our format, and our tone. All right, so on this box right here that says role, and it reminds us that a role is who I am. So I have some ideas for you up here on the board. You can use my ideas, or if you have an idea in your brain that you would like to use, please make sure that you write that down so we can share those creative ideas that you have. But some of the roles I have up here are a turkey, if you want to write as a turkey. You could write as that pumpkin pie. Maybe you're a nicer pumpkin pie than that picture we saw earlier. Or you could write as a football. Does anybody in here watch football on Thanksgiving? Yeah? Some of you? You could write as a football. You could write as a parade balloon. Does anybody watch the Macy's Day Parade on Thanksgiving? That's something that I do with my family. You could write as a balloon. You could write as the couch on Thanksgiving. I'm sure that gets a lot of attention on Thanksgiving, am I right? Yeah. Anything you want. So I'll give you 30 seconds to finish writing up your role. On this one, I like where you're thinking, but on this one, let's see if we can write in the perspective of someone else. Right? All right. So we figured out who we want to be. Now we need to figure out who am I talking to? Who am I going to be writing 2. Don't tell me, write it on paper. Oh, do you have a question, June?
He had to shake his pencil.
Oh, that's okay. He's got it on there. Thank you, June. All right, so who am I writing to? And I have another set of ideas up here on the board if you need some help thinking about some ideas, or if you have one, that's okay. Some of the audience ideas that I have would be writing to the farmer. You could write to other food, other desserts. You could write to the people watching TV. You could talk to the people that are at the football game if you wanted to. You could write to a future balloon. Maybe you're a balloon and you're giving advice to another balloon that's going to be created in the future.
Do we have to write that one of them that's on the screen?
You do not have to write one of them that's on the screen. If you have a better idea, Wyoma, use it. I like it.
I got one.
Good. I can't wait to hear all of you share with me. And if you change your ideas, that's totally okay. I like that too. Sometimes when you're writing and you're thinking and you think of one thing and then you're like, oh, this one's a way better idea. I like that we can change our mind. All right, so what about the format? What are you going to write? How are you going to do that? What is the format of this letter, of this speech, of this opinion letter? Our opinions are something, that's how we feel, right? So if we're writing a letter about how we feel, that is an opinion letter. Or are you writing a diary entry? Are you just writing something maybe that you're only going to see by yourself? You can sharpen your pencil, yes, June. Thank you for asking. All right, and the last thing I need on here is just the tone of whatever format you chose. Is it going to be something that is funny? Is it going to be something that is persuasive? Are you trying to talk somebody into something, like that farmer? Is it going to be dramatic? What does dramatic mean?
You're like,
Wyoma, what do you think dramatic means?
means like doing some extra
I like it.
of
Reacting,
reacting.
you're very extra. Something exciting happens and it makes the reader go like that. Bailey?
Like you're overreacting.
Overreacting. Yeah, sometimes we hear that we're a little bit of a drama queen. Are we sometimes a little bit of drama queens in here? I know sometimes I'm definitely a drama queen. Yeah? Or maybe you're going in the direction of something more serious. Like a diary entry sometimes can be something serious. It can be something funny too. Or maybe your letter is something very serious. You do not want to be eating this Thanksgiving and you mean it. Or maybe it's something that you're thankful for and you want to be sweet in this letter or speech. What you got, Paxton?
What if we don't do it and then she will expire? And then,
Would you go expired?
yeah, like,
Well, I don't know if turkeys have expiration dates.
no.
I'll have to ask them, okay? We're gonna turn to a partner and we're gonna share some of our ideas. So that way, sometimes our ideas feel better when we actually talk about them. So just turn and talk to the person sitting next to you. And if you're an oddball out like you three, you can just talk to each other, that's okay. What you got? Both of them. You can talk, all three of you can talk to each other. I think that sounds okay to me.
I'm gonna be talking to a farmer, so then you won't.
Do a pork chop. I like it.
Person who is talking to the TV viewer, stop being you for a football game. Can we put a soccer in here, please?
I'm liking what I'm hearing. All right, so while you're talking to your partner, I want you guys to look at that next section on your paper that says details to include, and I want you to find 2 things that are important to your character that you're gonna make sure you write about in your paragraph. What you got? You are so good at this. So if you're done, maybe start thinking about how your character will sound, like your tone, and make sure that you will incorporate that while you're writing, okay? So think about some things that your pumpkin pie might say, or how your pumpkin pie might feel. And then once you get those 2 details written down, I want you to turn to your partner again, and sometimes, like I said, reading them out loud really helps you connect that idea to say them how your character would say. If your character is somebody who's pretty serious, are you going to be laughing while you're talking to your partner? No, probably not, because if it's a serious thing, I don't think anybody's laughing. All right, guys, so that next and final spot on the very bottom says that you can write your opening sentence as your character. So a lot of you guys are having really, really good ideas. So I'm seeing a lot of dear so-and-so, like I had Dear Farmer Joe. And then it talked about what I am writing about in my very first sentence. It talked about, as a turkey, I know I do not want to be eaten. Right? So write your opening sentence. What are you going to say first? All right, so when you are finished with your opening sentence, I want you to take turns with the person sitting next to you, and I want you both to read that out loud, your whole sentence, to each other. So I want to hear lots of sentences, and I also want to see lots of listening. So when your partner is talking, make sure you're listening to their story. What you need, buddy? You get that? Or are you still writing? Oh, okay, that's okay. Change your mind. That's why we have this, so that way it's easier to see our thoughts and organize it. All right, just let me hear it. You can read it to me.
Because all they do is throw.
What did you put? Please don't taste good.
I like it. That's a good beginning.
Some people don't.
All right, friends, when you are finished reading to your partner, and if you're still reading, that's okay, flip your paper over so I can see that you are finished with the start of your paragraph. Perfect. I'm seeing lots of flips. Make sure that you listen to your partner if they're not finished reading yet. I still hear some stories. All right. Everybody's got their paper flipped over? Perfect. On the back of our paper here, we have some reminders while we go to finish the rest of our writing. We have what RAFT stands for. Can somebody tell me what RAFT stands for? What's the R? Roll. I heard it. What's the A? Audience. What's the F? Format. What's the T?
Tone.
Good. I like it.
Or topic.
There is also our vocabulary words to remember. Can someone tell me what the point of view is? Bailey?
Who is speaking?
That is who is speaking. And the person that is writing in that perspective, that point of view. What is audience? Oakland?
Who are you writing to?
Who you are writing to. What is your tone? Tegan?
How your writing feels.
How your writing feels. What are the feelings that are in your writing? The mood of your format. Which is, format is? That was our next word. What is our format? Wyoma?
Well, the writer is structured.
Structured is what that word is. Very good. How it is structured. How it is formatted. How it is communicated. How are we talking? Is it a letter? Is it a diary entry? I'm seeing lots of letters though. I'm really excited about that. And what is a narrative? Joseph?
Writing that tells a story.
It's the writing that actually tells a story. It's a story that we're telling. Very good. All right, some sentence starters I have on here too if you're having some trouble writing sentences. I put some things on here to help you get started. So if we're having trouble writing our sentences, you could start with I feel. That'd be a really good one for the opinion letter that we have. I feel, and then you talk about how you feel. Or you should know that, and then you'll tell some of those details that you wrote down. Or I wish is a good one. One reason is, please understand. And if you choose me, maybe you'll get sick if you eat me for Thanksgiving. You don't want to get sick, right? Me either. And then on the last thing that I have on here on the bottom right, it is a checklist for you to have when you're writing this paragraph. And you can go through and put a little check mark next to it. My boxes didn't show up. See, look at me making mistakes like I did last time. But that's okay. Sometimes the printer makes mistakes too. Yeah. All right, so some things to think about while you're writing on this next section is you want to make sure that you're staying in character. If you start talking as a turkey, you don't want to end up talking like a pumpkin pie, right? If you start talking like the football, you don't want to end talking about a bird, right? That'd be a big switch. Although, I guess they both kind of fly in the air, if you think about it. One of those Hail Marys. You want to make sure that your tone, how you feel, actually matches what you're writing about. Does it make sense? Make sure that you include those two details that you wrote down for me. And when we write a story in 4th grade, we make sure that it has a beginning, a middle, and an end, right? Those are our stories. You want to make sure that you reread it. Fix those mistakes. Is it okay to make mistakes?
Yes.
Yes. Is it important that we reread and fix them?
Yes.
Yes, it is very important. And sometimes you just do it to the best of your abilities, the best that you can do, and that's what I'm looking for. I can't wait to see all of your awesome creative writing. See your role, audience, format, and tone right at the top of your paper to help you remember what you're writing about. I'm going to put a timer up here on the board, friends. And here in a couple of minutes, we're going to stop writing and then we're going to start sharing with our partner to make sure that we're staying on track, okay? So I'm going to put a timer up here on the board for 3 minutes. All right. Now, what I want you to do is I'm going to give a couple more minutes up on the board for those of you who still need to finish up, but I want you to make sure that you're thinking about that checklist I have on that paper for you. Do you have a character who is speaking and feeling? Are you writing in your character's perspective? Does your tone, does how you're writing, your mood, your feelings, do they make sense? Okay. Do you have those 2 or more details in your story? And then again, you need to make sure that your story makes sense to the reader. Does it have a beginning? Does it have a middle? Does it have an end? So make sure that your story doesn't just all of a sudden stop. Make sure it has an ending. What happens at the end of a story? Okay? So what happens at the end of your story? So I'll give you a couple more minutes on the board. We're going to finish up, and then I'm going to take a couple of volunteers who will read their stories to me, so I can hear all of these exciting, creative things that you've come up with. Okay? Taylor, you want to share with me? That was very clever. And I felt so sad when the cookie got eaten. Oh man, I really like that you included what they were saying. That was really clever. Taylor, awesome. I will definitely be reading all of these so I can see how creative that you guys got. So thank you so much for doing this activity with me. I hope you had a lot of fun. And something that I hope you do during Thanksgiving tomorrow is I hope that you look at those desserts and those turkeys and you think about what they are saying when you go to eat them, okay? You think you'll do that?
Yeah.
You think you'll second guess maybe eating a piece of that pumpkin pie?
No.
No?